2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight we'll see the...
But I'm really trying to see how to face it. Buy my chicken, my chalupas. Ayy, make a with the roof up. Ayy, backflip, make her do stunts. Ayy, in the really tuned up. Touchdown, boom, shakalaka. Ooh, eyes on me, I see you watching. Ooh, we do what we want to. Ooh, it's a zoo when we come through. Ooh, we on it. Ooh.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Thank you for tuning in this Sunday evening. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. A contest in the West. We'll see if the Dallas Mavericks can please their home crowd. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Paul George has made a reputation as a dynamic two-way player. He said you can dominate a game in so many ways. That's always been my mindset. I just go out there and ball. Kevin, back to you.
Well, you love that versatility, DA. Thank you. Clark, tonight we're going to see two conference rivals go at it heading into this type of game, knowing that setup. What's your mentality?
Well, I think first and foremost, excitement. You're chomping at the bit to get after these guys because you're salivating about the opportunity to take down your rival. Nothing excites you more and gets the competitive juices going more than having a chance to take your rival down.
Absolutely. And it really reflects in terms of what that standing shows, too. You win against your rival. It's like 2 wins instead of 1.
Yeah, it does. It carries a little extra weight.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. Russell Westbrook out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's George in at the 3, the small forward. Buries it down low. Barnes has got the first points up on the board tonight here for Dallas.
Boy, strength and body control on display there from Barnes. I will tell you what, he's got a competitive spirit to him. He doesn't want any defender to get the better of him.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
Now, here's Doncic. Smith, 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Yeah, Smith makes you pay when he gets inside. Despite not being that big, he's got a lot of game in the paint.
Westbrook against Smith. And it's Grant in the corner. Screen by Adams. Grant, that's good. Grant's got his first bucket in this one.
And Grant really embraces contact, relishes it, as a matter of fact. He has no fear going to the rim or going into a shot.
Smith wide open. He fires. Off target from outside. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Westbrook passes to Schroeder. Pass to George. And he's good on the 3-ball. George has got his first 3 points of the game.
Right there, I think you got to try and run George off his spot. I mean, he's a lights-out long-distance shooter and has great confidence.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
Now, here's Doncic. Here's Smith. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Getting more comfortable shooting from inside. Even though Smith Jr. is smaller, he knows how to score in the paint.
Knocked away and stolen by Barnes. And now Barnes running the floor all by himself.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Here's Grant. It's rebounded by Doncic.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Boy, the size and quick release Barnes has helps him inside. I mean, he feels very comfortable shooting from here.
It's Schroeder with the drive. From deep, George. They grab their own miss. Westbrook passes to Adams. And George kicks to Westbrook. Drills it from outside. Westbrook's got 5.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
Now here is Smith. Barnes passes to Doncic. Shoots over Schroeder, and that one goes long. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Westbrook dishes to Adams. Westbrook kicks to Grant. 6 to shoot. Oklahoma City moving it around. Westbrook can't get it to go. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got 4 assists now tonight.
And looking at Luka Doncic, incredibly mature for his age. Physically, the broad shoulders, weighing in about 230. Mentally, though, advanced understanding of how to play the game.
To the paint. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Now, here's Westbrook. He has 7. In the corner, George with it. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. 6 points for George.
And that kind of awareness from George is really exceptional. Catching the defense flat-footed by rising up immediately on the catch.
George against Matthews from 13. Here's Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
And great effort on the boards, and what a move.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him at all times.
Wow. Are you? Oh, my goodness.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Yeah, it's been a seesaw battle. Right now, I mean, as soon as one team grabs the lead, the other grabs it right back.
Now, here's Doncic. He's guarded by Schroeder, and Doncic gets it to go.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Mark, if you need to win a Game 7, and you can't have KD or LeBron, but you can have any other one player in the league, who would you pick?
Wow, if you can't have either one of those guys.
How you like that question?
There's a great list. Harden, Curry, Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard when healthy. And I think you'd have to throw Russell Westbrook in there, too, for a one-game situation where he could just go with the abandon he goes with. But I think I'm going to hang my hat with Kyrie Irving since he was part of bringing the championship to the Cavs a couple of years ago in my hometown. Bad turnover, plain and simple. No other way to describe it. I mean, he just threw it out of bounds.
The Mavericks leading. Powell kicks to Doncic. Now here's Barea. Nowitzki a screen. Passes it to Powell. On the wing, Barnes. From deep, Barea. That one's not going to go. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. On the wing, Singler. Lets the 3 fly. Madison passes to Noel. Here's Abrinas. And the 3 off target. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Barea kicks to Powell. Back to Barea. Barnes against Singler. Just 5 on the clock. Now here's Barnes. He's guarded closely.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel. And here are the Mavericks now. Doncic passes to Powell. He kicks to Doncic. From 11 feet away, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the call, Oklahoma City with the foul.
And there's no doubt about it, fellas. Nowitzki has firmly cemented himself as an NBA legend. A sweet shooting big man who continues to get it done.
The first one falls. You know what, Greg? There may not be a more likable superstar in the NBA than Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, everyone loves Nowitzki.
And a large part of that is just Dirk plays the game with a smile on his face, it seems, at all times. His play style is one that is hard to root against, having so much skill in the body of a 7-footer. And it's one thing to be respected by everybody. It's another to be loved by everyone in that regard. And he's one of a kind.
Tell you what, it does not matter who's shooting. The defense has got to be better at getting a hand up on long-range shooters. You've got to challenge the shot.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Oklahoma City has gone 4 of 8 on their 3-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside here in the first quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Oklahoma City moving it around. There's a screen by Noel. Here's Abrinas. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that one.
Well, it's really not hard to see why Noel is seen as one of the better rebounders in the game. He really uses that great length of his to get to a lot of missed shots.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
That's good from Noel.
Boy, it's obvious that Noel has some nice leadership traits. He's energetic, he's positive. His teammates really gravitate to him and feed off his intensity.
And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. On offense, here are the Thunder. They've got an 8-0 run. And Felton is up top, guarded by Barea. Felton can't get it to go. Mavericks trailed by 5. Barnes outside, back to Barea. Here's Kleba, pass to Barnes. Shot clock at 6. He was all alone on that one. Barea's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
And, you know, Barea is a fairly consistent three-point threat. You can't sleep on him out there.
It's good from long range.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
And there's the call on Felton. That is his first foul of the game. There's 10 seconds left to play in the first. Barea kicks to Barnes. A fader. And no good trying to get that one. Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for Oklahoma City. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Russell Westbrook is surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor can change a lot for a teammate.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
Yep, firing with confidence and rhythm, Greg. I mean, not allowing the defense to take a break.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Mavericks. On the wings, it's Doncic and Barnes. Then there's Nowitzki. Then there's J.J. Barea. And it's Kleba in at the 4. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut to just 5 points in the basket from Barnes.
Like his mid-range game, Barnes incredibly lethal from the mid-range. When he's got room to shoot, he doesn't hesitate.
And the dunk by Barnes.
Boy, that's a really nice feed by J.J. Barea.
Felton goes in. The Mavericks pull it in. And the Dallas Mavericks, despite having the third worst record in the league, they had the league's highest attendance rate.
Really rabid fan base there. And they also donated quite a few tickets as well to schools, charities, you name it. So that helps when you talk about filling the arena. And quite honestly, it's a good move because kids are the fans of the future.
Dishes it to Noel. Back to Felton. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Felton's got 4 this quarter.
Well, there's nothing like being unselfish as a player, and Noel was outstanding in that regard, reading the entire floor and finding his guys for high percentage shots.
It's good. Boreas got his second bucket tonight.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Clark, we all know you are one of the best players and maybe the greatest high school class ever. Guy.
about Dominique Wilkins, Isaiah Thomas, James Worthy, Ralph Sampson, Terry Cummings. I could go on and on and on, but obviously some of those guys, Hall of Famers and distinguished not just in what they did in high school and college and the pros, but in how many of them have lived their lives off the court too.
A different look for Dallas. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nowitzki. Matthews comes in for Barnes. And Smith subbed in for Doncic. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, the Mavericks were ecstatic when Dennis Smith Jr. fell to them with the 9th pick of the 2017 draft. For a team in need of athleticism and size at the point guard, it's been a hand-in-glove fit. The 6'3" Smith has a 48-inch vertical, one of the highest ever measured.
A terrific young player, an elite NBA athlete. David, that's for sure. Good stuff. Thanks. Good from Westbrook.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch in on you.
Jordan with a screen on George. Here's Matthews. No good off the back of the rim. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Westbrook kicks to Grant. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Grant's got 5 now.
Well, I tell you, I like the fact that Grant is selective in the shots that he takes. He's looking for quality. He senses the defense is playing off him. As the pass is coming to him, he's prepared. He's getting shot ready as the pass is in the air.
Outside for George. Grant sets a screen for George. Off the pick. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Yeah, you know, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
Jordan the screen. Now the pass to Kleba. Looking to end the run. Sinks the three-pointer. Kleba's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
In the corner, Smith with it. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, Smith is both a volume and efficient three-point scorer. I mean, he shoots a lot of them, but he makes a good percentage of them, too.
Westbrook against Smith. Westbrook passes to Schroeder. Back to Westbrook. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Clock at 6. Pulls up on the wing. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. 14 points for him.
Whoa, he really got his defender on his heels on that one. What a fantastic play, guys.
Smith kicks to Jordan, and the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. Foul, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. And the Mavericks call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Look for Oklahoma City. Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Jeremy Grant. Alex Abrinas comes in for George. And Terrence Ferguson subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And Matthews kicks to Barea. Screen by Smith. Here's Matthews. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got 4 assists now tonight.
Man, nice to watch Matthews rise up with confidence, Kevin. Superb at getting good position close to the rim.
Here's Abrinas, and it's blocked by Jordan. Adams with the screen on Smith. Westbrook with it. Now Smith defending. Adams dishes to Patterson. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And DeAndre Jordan this last offseason opting out of his contract with the LA Clippers. He felt, Greg, obviously it was time to move on.
It didn't take long for Jordan to find a new home here in Dallas. Had almost signed with them last time he was a free agent. Closed the deal this time around. Still has a lot to offer and a really good fit for this team inside.
Mavericks trailed by 7. Smith outside. Jordan with a screen on Westbrook. Barea with a wide open look. Another 3 for Dallas.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Westbrook against Smith. It's Westbrook with the drive. It's deflected. It's taken away by Smith. Matthews, no one around him. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Launches it. Mavericks with the rebound. Smith outside. Pass to Barea from 18 feet away. A shot off that time. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Westbrook passes to Abrinas. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 4 assists in the game.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And then for Oklahoma City, Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Patterson. Paul George comes in for Alex Abrinas. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Terrence Ferguson. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. 7-point differential. And good that time. Powell's got his first 2 points.
And Powell doing a nice job using his length on these hard shots. I mean, excellent at powering through the contact.
Grant with a screen on Smith. Westbrook drives in. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Yeah, a bit surprising to see them leading at this point, given the number of turnovers they've already committed.
A different look for Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Jordan. And Doncic is subbed in for Wesley Matthews. Nowitzki a screen. Barnes kicks to Smith. Shoots. And Dallas again with the bucket.
And I like seeing Smith Jr. being assertive on offense. When he does this, it often results in points.
And Westbrook, here we go. Grant. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Smith against Westbrook. They set the pick. That's tipped. And now it's Westbrook running. He can go all the way. And finished off by Westbrook.
Man, you got to admire how easily Westbrook takes over games. I mean, an offensive juggernaut who is tenacious when it comes to scoring.
1:16 left to play here in the half. Inside, here's Powell. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Powell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Westbrook dishes to Schroeder. Over Smith. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
You just make the assumption that's going down. I mean, an uncontested mid-range jumper, I think he should have buried it. But you know what? He did. It happened.
The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And the dunk by Grant.
And the commitment from Grant on the drive to the rim, I mean, he's absolutely ferocious, relentless in how he attacks the rim.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. The free throw drops for Grant.
And, you know, Grant, a second-round pick, has worked hard for his minutes in the NBA. He's an exceptional athlete who plays with a real edge, a bit of a chip on his shoulder.
Paul George with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity, pushing their lead to double digits. And now it's an 11-point Oklahoma City lead.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, you know, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now, doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
Smith kicks to Barnes. Over George. And that concludes the first half. Oklahoma City out in front, up 11. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, how confident are you that there's nobody that can stay in front of you?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime, and I'm very confident.
That is never a problem for you, Russ. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. One half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It was all Russell Westbrook in the first quarter. He had 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. Shaq, your thoughts on the Thunder?
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards, and that's a product of their hard work. All 5 guys been battling, putting everything they have to fight on the glass. That needs to remain the focus for 2 more quarters if they want to hang on to that lead.
Kenny, how do you think Dallas played?
Well, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, Ernie. They're not closing down the lane, and they're not going hard on the perimeter. That will get an L in any book.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Go over there.
We begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game. He has been everywhere.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to. Just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, you know, good things happen when he cuts to the rim, Greg, and you cut into the heart of the defense like that, makes things easy.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. The Thunder leading by 11, and on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. The forwards, George and Grant. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Russell Westbrook, and it's Adams in at the 5. Passes it to Schroeder, to the middle. Here's Grant, down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Schroeder missing. Dallas has gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Smith the pass to Barnes. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. 14 points for Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, and Smith doing a nice job getting his teammates involved. Terrific at spotting the open man.
Outside Westbrook. Grant dishes to Schroeder. Westbrook kicks to Adams. On the wing, George. He's covered by Matthews. George, no good.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot. If you're a pro, you need to make that one.
and he is not shy about pulling the trigger from downtown. Matthews has the eye and the confidence from three-point range that you just love to see.
George with the bucket. George has got 12 in the game.
And scoring the ball comes easily and naturally to him. He's a versatile player at the offensive end.
And though some were skeptical of the contract Harrison Barnes signed, he's lived up to it. Not an elite player yet, but is emerging on a franchise caliber level and continues to improve and is strong and consistent really on both ends of the floor.
Good on the bucket. And that's now 6 points for Luka Doncic.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
It's good from Schroeder on the assist by Westbrook. Westbrook's got 6 assists in the game. Mavericks trailed by 8. And great with Barnes, beyond what he does on the floor, he does everything right off the floor.
Yeah, I mean, this organization just loves his intangibles and demeanor as a leader. Incredible work ethic that allows him to keep refining his game. Still very young and is growing into the player this team hoped he'd be.
And that Unleashed Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Dallas calls timeout. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
I don't think the defense has an answer for him, Kevin. I mean, he's simply going off right now, knocking down everything.